you're going to need a trigger warning. Don't worry, we're not. We don't have any. I checked because I was going to take you guys if we had any, but we don't have any. No trigger warning necessary. We are just hanging out. That's it. That's all. You don't need a trigger warning for this one. I won't torture you. We're just sitting out back. Just got home. Well, we got home about 30 minutes ago, so I already checked because I would have totally taken you guys. But hey, Miss Leah. Hey, dear Krabby. Yeah, there's none out here. If the if the waterfall's too loud, sorry, it's on. It runs a timer. So hey, Marcy. I love those things. I actually like now that I hunt every night. Like I go look and check everything once it turns dark. I just go and like look around to see if there's any before I let the dogs out at night. So it's become like this habit. Hey Peas. Hey Carla. Well, now it's in 5 minutes is my true bedtime, but I'm completely off schedule. So hey Freeside. I've totally been off of schedule for like over a month now and my sleep schedule. Plus, we lost an hour moving here, so it's only 8:25, and I'm having a hell of a time adjusting to it. I've been waking up at 5 o'clock, which is 4 o'clock here, and then forcing myself to go back to bed for a little bit. Hey, Mercedes girl, it's been a little bit rough getting used to that, but I'll get back in the swing of things once the kids get back into routine. How are you guys all? Kyle and I were gonna go live last night, and then I don't remember what we ended up doing. Honestly, I can't remember. And then today we've been kind of dinging around and doing stuff. And then we went over to his parents' friend's house and helped them set up their patio furniture. The ones that gave us their patio furniture, they got new furniture. So we went and totally helped them unpack all their stuff, which is their like family to us. It's his parents' best friends. Well, one of them. They have like a bunch of their group of friends from Washington and all over. Their neighbors and stuff are really, really close friends. And it's like having a bunch of Phil and mom and dads. It's amazing, actually. It's incredible for me because this lady is Midwest to the core and he's military, ex military, and they have stories beyond belief. And it reminds me so much of my grandparents. I adore them. Yes, we are, dear Krabby, loving it for sure. Today, we've kind of taken it easy today for the most part. We spent time with the family. We went, um, shit. I took the kids swimming at noon, and then I haven't done any like self care, like facial treatments or anything. And my face is drying out, and I was breaking out from stress. So I took some time and put some self care in and put my lashes back on. I've been without lashes for like 4 days now. I took them off. I had worn the last pair for like 10 days and I finally just took them off the other day and then I didn't put any back on. So I've spent some time doing that. And then that's about it. Oh, yeah. There's still a lot of stress. I mean, there's still a lot going on, but it's so much better. It's getting better. I feel like we're in the right spot. Definitely. I feel like we should have moved here years ago. To be honest, it's actually really frustrating to realize that there are so many resources available for special needs in certain states and in other states there's like nothing. It's wild. Hey Bama. Sorry y'all. I have not been scheduling shit. I have not been checking in. I have not been doing anything lately. The kids are home, so it's really hard for me to keep up. So I've missed a ton of stuff, and then other stuff I'm just not interested in. Oh no. I hope you're feeling better now, Marcy. Yeah, Bama for sure. I definitely feel like we are where we should be. It's a little hot today, let me tell you. It got a little hot. Plus we were outside. We were outside unpacking that furniture. And it was like one of those high top, uh, I don't know what they're even called. They have a fire pit in the middle and they're a high top, like six people can sit around and have dinner at them. It's almost like a hibachi table, to be honest. One of those big tables with six chairs we had to put together, and then there was two rocking love seats, and two rocking chairs that needed to be put together. And it wasn't bad, like the putting together wasn't, but the packaging, like they were packed together something unbelievable. So we were out there doing that, and that got a little hot. It's in the 70s. Holy shit. Yeah, Bama, 100%. I'm not interested because, first and foremost, there is a group of people around lately that there's a lot of people that are missing some connections, and I'm not willing to even get involved because I've been done dirty by a lot of those people. There is connecting pieces that people seem to forget, and one of those people has been in the background. There's a lot of people playing Gopher, and people seem to forget about some of those people, and they are dirty as dirty can get, and I have no use for them. None of it. I learned my lesson once. I want nothing to do with those people. None of them. And I don't have no gray area as far as like this shit. There's no excuse for a lot of the behavior right now. It's fucking pathetic. There's so much shit going on. Mm-mm. Nope. Craziness. Wanted nothing to do with it. Good. I'm glad you're feeling better tonight. Hey, Christina. Oh gosh, yeah, Marcy, for sure. That's a long drive, especially in the heat. Ooh. Oh, I don't know who that is. I'm not. Oh, Bama, was he around during the Georgia stuff? Potentially, if that's who you're thinking, then I'm thinking the right person, and I totally agree with you. That's one of them that I have no, nope, nope, nope. But there's also connecting pieces with the other situation. I think Bomb's back on YouTube. I saw too, or something. I don't know for sure, but there's a connecting piece in the background over there that has ran game between all of those groups in the background. Was a mod for one of them. Yeah. Nope. Christina, what are you guys doing? Got a little warm here today. Nope, nope, nope. Kyle was supposed to be joining me, but I don't know where he got lost. Hold on, let me holler at him. I don't know where he went. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep. There's a lot of that. A lot. Oh, that sounds fun. It was a little warm today. Oh, you guys want to hear my new mission? I am going to perfect I don't know if any of you guys, anybody like caramel apples? Those of you that are in here that aren't asleep yet? Anybody like caramel apples? I have an obsession with caramel apples. It's like the one sweet I absolutely love. And there's a place called Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory. It's like I don't know, it's specialty chocolate.
They have Rocky Mountain oysters too.
No, they do not. They have a lot of chocolates, fudges, truffles, but they also specialize in caramel apples. Okay, you guys love them too. They make the best caramel apples. Their caramel is amazing, but not only that, they have different types. Like there's a pecan bear, there's a bear claw, there's all sorts of different ones. Yes, yep. They have them all over here. And that's been a Kenzie and I thing since she was little, was caramel apples from there. It was like a special treat that we would get. So I realized that they had one here and it made me start thinking. I was like, I bet there's a dupe recipe for that because I make caramels every year. But the caramel that I make is a different consistency than what you need for dipping apples in. And I was thinking, oh, I can just tweak my recipe a little bit and make it work. But then I found the duplicate recipe for their stuff. So I'm going to perfect it and try it. That's going to be my goal for the fall. Well, it seems like delayed summer, extra long summer. Oh, because of the heat. Oh, hey, YO gal.
Come forth from
That's
the
going to be
weeds.
my goal, though.
We want to see more people come out of the weeds.
That is something I am bound determined to do. Christina, if I can eat them, you can eat them. You love caramel and green apples. I love caramel apples so much. It's like my favorite thing.
Hello.
Hey, go ask Alice. Hey, Spice Girl. Wow. Marcy, how hot was it last night? Of course, out there with all the gear and stuff on too, that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole other ball game. Oh, y'all, I caught the one thing I'm gonna say. I caught Zab Girl doing content on the Ruby Frank and Jody Hildebrandt, excuse me. I wanted to go through the freaking phone. She was questioning the victims and their stories, and I'm just like, oh, don't even do this shit. We're just talking nothing. I guess that's why we have dental insurance, right? We're just talking about anything. I just decided to pop on, and it's late for us, but we're just bullshitting. Whatever you guys want to talk about, we can talk about. It was in the 90s. Ugh. It was 114 here today. Yeah, go ask Alice. I don't like her either. And that Bob guy that runs around with that oh my God. And Tyler Feller. I've been watching some of that. Those guys are just terrible, of course. They just all continue to get worse and worse. That freaking old dude sitting over there doxing everybody on his community tab. I'm like, how do you fucking have a channel? These people are fucking weird. And he's doxing like these people in tiny little towns that somebody could seriously get hurt. Like, it's just stupid shit.
It's 99 here right now.
Hey, Rachel. It's 99 here right now. Hey, Stargazer. Yeah, Bama, 100%. Yeah. And even like they were talking about generational abuse. And I was getting so pissed because people do not understand how common shit like that is in Utah. And the fact that CPS had been called 15 times and nothing had been done is not shocking, unfortunately, because if you have certain names in Utah, things are overlooked. And unfortunately, if you have a connection where the church is sending patients to you as a licensed fucking mental health therapist, think about how scary that is. Think about that. Hey, L, Stargazer. The pool is 78. It's hot here. Yeah, it's 99 still. It is warm. Hey, Revival. LG. 60s overnight. Oh, P's. Do you have good? Is it humid? You don't have to answer that. Never mind. Because that kind of gives it away because we're dry over here.
We're only getting down to 85 tonight.
Rachel, yeah. 85 tonight is the low. Yeah. What's tomorrow's high? It's supposed to be in the hundreds all next week. 109 tomorrow. It'll start cooling down in like October a little bit into the 80s, maybe 90s. By Christmas, it'll get down into the 60s, hopefully at night. Yeah, go ask Alice. And if people saw, that's a $5 million home. Like, that's not some rundown, tiny. It's all about perfection. The look of perfectionism is something that until you live in Utah, you don't even understand. Like, and this is nothing against the Mormons as a whole. This is very individualized into certain sectors of the church, but unfortunately, the pursuit of looking like the perfect family, having everything to be the perfect size, kids not overweight, it's all about what other people perceive. It's wild. Is it safe to go skinny dipping? Yeah, 100%.
We're doing it right now, actually.
No, we're not. Now I have to. No, we're not. Um, I guess I didn't show much. You only saw the top of my head. Uh, you there's a couple people that could see you if they wanted to, but I mean, it's their eyeballs. I don't even think they could really see though, to be honest. We're doing it right now. You have it in the 50s. Humidity does get bad there though. Yeah. See, I don't think I could do humid heat. I don't. I'm really realizing how much I hate the smell of like must and mildew and that shit. I saw the pineapple trucks. That was enough. The ones that are 14 sizes too big for him. We could all jumped into him with him. Maybe that's why he got him, Christina. He's advertising. Oh, I've been watching this real estate channel. Oh, my entire YouTube algorithm, you guys. I really have not been paying attention to bullshit. I click on for a few minutes and then I'm like, nope. As soon as I hear the top, nope, I hop out. So I've been spending my time. Everything is like moving to Arizona, what to expect, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of the different areas. It's just been wild. But I started watching this group that does home tours and they do everything from like common house 400,000 ish, which is pretty low end here, to 1.5, which is kind of mid grade price here, which unfortunately, like that's a pretty common price point, which seems ridiculous, but it's just how it is around here all over the place. There's a lot of like that 900K area of homes. Anyways, I told Kyle to reach out to some of these guys and I was like, get your name out there. And because they do remodels, like some of these homes, they were showing some of them that, oh, they were complete guts. They haven't been touched since the 80s and they needed to be completely gutted. So some of them were like flip material. And I was like, those are perfect ones to get your foot in the door with. Well, he ended up talking to one of the guys and they offered him a $1.5 million flip on a house and to be the general on it. And he's like, um, thank you, but nope. I'm not ready for that type of job yet. Like I want to get my name out there by, and he's like, my reputation is everything to me. So I am going to build it the right way. And I'm not going to go jump into something because he doesn't know subs here or like have his guys to call, hey, I need this done. Come do this for me.
I'm
like,
still waiting on approval for my license.
yeah, he has to like juggle that. He just doesn't have his feet under him. So he's like, he could do it. But he's just like, nope, we're not ready for that yet. Skinny dipping, chunky dunking. Hey, it all works. I have a bra on today. You guys should feel proud. And not a swim. Hold on. I actually have a regular, well, I'm sitting in a real good spot too. My belly's hanging it up. October 23rd. It's turning cool too soon. It'll be interesting to see how long we can do this. Yeah, no, Helen, especially after, no, he's like, I want to go about this the right way. But it was really cool because he showed them some of his work and they were really I mean, he's got an impressive like catalog of jobs he's done. Really impressive. Really, really impressive. But if you're ever bored, you watch the Boring Channel. He cuts grass and helps people. Go ask Alice. I love that guy. I love that guy. The yard guy, Kyle and I both watched him. If you are ever bored, put in Paradise Valley Homes in Arizona. Just look at the homes in Paradise Valley. They are multi-million dollar, some like 40, upwards of 40. Just go look at some of those houses and we'll have a discussion on it some other time. Like, it is wild. In our own neighborhood, it's just wild around here. You can go like a block from here and you're into multi-million dollar homes, like multi. It is wild, and they look no different than ours, but a lot of it's the backyard or the remodeling or how the home sits on the lots. Like, you'll have a subdivision like ours that's newer right next to, like, they're just it's the building is wild here. Oh, Christina, we love that guy too. The yard guy that
Yeah.
goes around.
Yeah.
We love that guy.
There, that cooled it down a little.
Kyle thought he broke the pool. He had to figure out the little trick to it. It's all got tricks of the trade. Oh, and we found out this pool is new. So the pumps and stuff aren't the old style dangerous ones. I mean, I think they can all be dangerous at a point, but it's so nice to have family here and friends here. Like, I can't even tell you guys, we've seen more people this week that we've been here and done more stuff as a family. We went to a barbecue. We had friends over and swam with friends and their kids. We went and saw family friends who are basically like surrogate mom and dad. Well, Kyle's parents are out of town and they're incredible. Like, it is so nice to have family here and people that we love and get to see. Like, I don't know, it's a whole different ball game. Bless you. Hey, summer butterfly. See, Bam, I think that's amazing. I think that's incredible. The homesteaders, stargazer, I love the homesteaders too. I like the cooking. I love the cake decorating. I've told you guys that. I actually pulled out my Wilton pans that I inherited from my mom, and I have like Bumbalion, strawberry shortcake, Yosemite Sam. Shit, who else do I have? The Count from Sesame Street. I have a bunch of those, so I think I might dip my toe back into
Thank you, Rachel.
some cake decorating for fun. I like that stuff. I love the cake decorating videos. There's a girl that works in a bakery. I don't know what bakery she works in, but she just works in a normal, typical bakery at a grocery store, and she is incredible. Like, way too good to be decorating on rounds and sheet cakes. And that's all she has because it's a standard bakery in a grocery store. And these cakes, and she freehands. It's amazing. Hey, Trio. Real police cam videos. Marcy, Kyle has been stuck watching like real cop chases or cops or whatever. Reno 911. I don't know what the hell he's been watching, but he's been stuck on that shit lately. How are you, Trio? I think we should too go ask Alice. There's so many things that I want to do. We'll get back in the routine of stuff and then like get a new schedule and like throw in some new stuff. I want to do some cooking stuff. I'll perfect caramel apples with you guys. I'm still gonna do regular like content about manipulation, and I'm gonna do reaction to the uni bullshit because that's just fucking the best laugh. I literally watched it the other night and was dying laughing because it's just so stupid. So it's a good laugh. I like that kind of drama because that shit's funny to me because he won't swallow his pride. I mean, come on now. But we want to do that. Kyle and I want to take you guys on like a where in the world are Contessa and Cantonio kind of thing and like take you guys around and do some like not really IRL, but some fun, like not the same bullshit. We are going to do, once we get a little bit more settled, we're going to do the random openings of what's in the box. Oh, peas. Oh, Christina, I love that. Hey, functions. Kyle can cook. That would be great. Do some cakes with you guys. Yeah, that would be fun, huh? Marcy. Oh my gosh, Bama. He's representing himself in his lawsuit now. We're good. We're good over here. I'm glad you're doing good. Yeah, L. Yeah, he's representing himself in the lawsuit. Um, there's his attorney kind of quit on him, and he's not too happy about it. JLR offered a settlement, and now he's gonna win in court because he wasn't allowed to do and say what he needed to do anyway. So now he's just gonna go for the gold. And realistically, I hate to say this, but even him, like, man, all it would have taken was to you to admit, hey, I've been misleading everybody for a long fucking time. And his community would have rallied around him. Instead, he lost his own community, which is more problematic for him than anything. But he won't swallow his pride and just say, yeah, it'll be interesting. Oh, functions. That's I grew up with my mom decorating all my cakes. I've showed you guys some of my childhood photos that are nothing but frosting from one ear to the other. Helen. Oh, go ask Alice, to be honest. That shit's just annoying. Like, where is that gonna go? It's just not. It is. Oh, it is so. What are you? This has got to be a joke at this point. That shit with. I was thinking, is JLR trying to win the reward money for finding that guy? That's some crazy shit though. That's going on in Pennsylvania. I was thinking maybe JLR is like trying to corral him towards Molly's direction to get two things taken care of. I don't know. There's some weird shit going on there. Hey, Mint Mama. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That he went so. Yeah. I can't. I told you guys that was going to be my locale, and I'm going to milk it because it's fucking easy. You miss. It's fun functions. Like, honestly, in Utah, everything was so stressful, though, to be quite honest. Just the lack of and we made do with what we had to, and we were really content, and I thought I was doing awesome. And I mean, we really did good for the situation, the best we could, I guess. But just the availability and like knowing that things actually do work here, there's actually like we've seen tangible proof of these organizations helping like bring people in home to help with care and like just occupational therapy, like things that actually you don't have to fight years to get special needs kids in. I mean, it's going to take a while still, but it just gives me so much hope that I think I lost. And so I'm enjoying things that I had lost joy in, like cooking and baking and decorating and stuff. Like I lost a little bit of me because I didn't have time for that shit. And once you like don't have time for it, you really forget. Plus, Kyle's been home for a week, and that is the weirdest thing in the entire time we've been together. He's never been off for this long. The only time he's ever been off this long is when we left to come down here so he could do a job down here. That's the longest he's ever been off. And he worked the entire time, and I was his assistant the entire time. Yeah, functions same. Same here. Yeah, go ask Alice. It's been bad. Yeah, absolutely, Mercy. More power to him. At least Dolly's in PA now too. You look. Oh, L. I love some of the old game shows. Some of the 70s and 80s game shows are actually fun as shit to watch. And some of the outtake ones are the best. Go ask Alice. Yeah, he scaled the wall like a ninja.
You feel that?
Yeah, that feels really good. Holy shit. Oh, functions. Stargazer. BHB is headed to Tennessee. Oh, is that Layla Santinello case? Is that the one that's in Tennessee? Y'all, I have not been following well enough to know for sure. There's certain cases that I just, no. The Price is Right. That's the year I was born, Mitten Mama. I was just a bump then. Do not mess with my kids. I'm that way too.
I watched a documentary on the guy that went on Prices Right. Really good.
Oh, the price. We did watch something about the game shows.
Yeah, he researched, like, they had cheat sheets of the price of everything.
What was that though? It was something about game shows. Elle, you would really like
I
that.
think
If
it
we
was
can
on-
find the name of it, I'll text it to you.
I think it was on Netflix, if I remember right.
It's something about game shows from the 90s or something. I don't remember. They broke down like how this guy like beat the Price is Right algorithm or whatever to get back on the show. The Newlywed Game. That feels really good. What's going on? Revival. He just turned. Hold on. Oh shit. I can't. I'm on my computer. I can't flip my screen. He just turned on the swamp cooler. He turned on this like outdoor thing that you plug the hose into, and it's like an outdoor mister thing. It's so crazy. Everybody lives outside here. Well, except when it's this hot. A lot of people are inside, but in the evenings, so many people are outside. So houses are like quiet, but you'll drive around and everybody's backyards are like lit up like everywhere except our neighborhood. Everybody is dark
Yeah.
but us. We have lights coming from the freaking, they probably think our house is the landing strip. Kyle got all of his lights out from our old house and has hung them up everywhere. We got pictures on the wall in the kitchen. Hold on, I'll show you guys that. My kitchen's a mess though. See, I've missed you guys. I just come out here to rattle. Listen to me. I've missed you guys though a lot. I feel lost without talking to you guys on my normal schedule, on the routine scheduled timing. Hold on. Got my, oh, that's real crooked. Kyle put all my stuff up for me. Don't mind my veggie trays. But we still got a mess. But everything else, oh, I got to put my crock pot up. Kyle found him some cookies.
True.
Yes, Christina, hold on. We did. We found the nuts and bolts finally. Oh, the littles are in bed. Okay, they went up without saying goodbye. Hold on. But now it's became the picture collector. The table is up. But now it's just holding everything else. Yes, they are. Like a rave. Nice kitchen. Yeah. It's a mess. I still, well, dog stuff. Don't look at that part of the counter, but oh, Kiki. Oh, babe. Speaking of Kiki, the kitties are really curious about being out here. I do not revival. Hold on. Let me show you. I don't think I have that sign anywhere in my kitchen. Let me see. You can scan. There's nothing on this wall yet. We got it. Oh, the hammock got hung up. Oh, you can't read it probably. Hold on. Oh, that one doesn't either. That one doesn't say it either. But okay, so this one says, "With you, I am home." This one says, "Farm fresh, organic food, farm grown." That says kitchen, in case you didn't know what this was. And then, hold on. This one says, "Love makes a house a home." This is all stuff we've had. We just put it all in one area. And then that one says, our beautiful home. You can kind of tell I collect. Yes, it's really open. It's wide open. It's so nice because I can have all my stuff together too. No pictures in the family room, breakfast room, or kitchen. That's the only room we really have done. We haven't hung anything in our bedroom up. We haven't hung anything in the other living room, like the family room up. We have not hung anything upstairs up. The bathroom, the girls' bathroom has stuff in it, ours doesn't. Kenzie's room is done, her bathroom is not. The littles' room, they have nothing on their walls yet either, but their bathroom is completed. Um, yeah, that's the kitchen's pretty much all we have done. Tile floors throughout the main floor, yes, in the entryway, but then the stairs are all carpeted and the entire upstairs is carpeted. Oh, except our bathrooms. The bathrooms and laundry room upstairs are tile. What did you say? Hold on. What does L not have? L needs a live, laugh, love. You have a lot of crap. I can't hang up. Do homes have basements in Arizona? Not very often, it doesn't seem like. That's not a typical. A lot of them are single story, actually, and they're shaped weird. They're like narrow and really long. You guys from other parts of the country, even like the Midwest and like Pacific Northwest, I think would really, if you've never really looked at the houses here, look on YouTube at homes in Arizona. I think you'll be shocked because it's a different style of home, and it's like there is probably, I mean, there's definitely more than 20 different models, but there is like 20 models that are really common, and the way they're laid out is similar, but they all are so different. I don't know. There's a lot of weird things with homes here that I've never seen anywhere else. I know Christina. She's so proud of herself though, y'all, because Christina, do you know many homes that have basements here? You'd be the expert. I don't know. I haven't seen many. I don't think I've seen any.
Most of the houses around here too, on the west side of the house, if they have windows at all, are the small ones.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's
A
weird.
lot of them are in the direction they're going for a reason to keep the sun out.
Kenzie has officially swam every single day since we've been here. She has her average walking steps has increased already by,
Triple.
yeah, it's tripled since we've been here. Her average has tripled. Um, she really enjoys it here so far. She's been out. Her and Kyle have gone driving. She's gone and explored. She went and got her license switched over already. Um, she's gone to the store for me, just running errands and stuff, and she really enjoys it. She walks to the mailbox and back, even when it's 110 degrees. She's been doing really good, really good. None that you've seen, okay? Because of the earthquakes. Ah, Stargazer, that makes sense. Yeah, functions. They actually get tornadoes here too. I didn't know that until I was watching YouTube videos. It's not very common, but it does happen. A
Yeah,
cave
yeah,
system,
revival
sinkholes. That's interesting.
There's a lot of solar down here.
His parents just did solar on theirs. They've got panels. There's a lot of people that are switching. In fact, I think there's a new requirement in businesses coming in that they have to have multiple water sources and something to do with solar energy for like big corporations and stuff coming here. I was learning that. And then there's also something with like the energy groups. They will do rebates and like basically help pay for you to get solar on. You make payments to them, but then once they're paid off, if you collect over energy, they will pay you to use extra off of it or something.
Yeah, it's no upfront cost, but basically it cuts your electric bill in half, and it pays for itself over a couple of years.
It pays for itself for a couple of years. Yeah. Honestly, Stargazer, she's feeling better too. Her inflammation has been really bad. In fact, her themanodosum is 100% back. She's got crazy bruising up her back. It's bad. It's actually really scary how bad it's back. But she's been feeling so much better. Like the pressure systems. But we were living at over 4,000 feet elevation. So we're at what, sea level now almost?
I think we're at like 2,000 feet.
That drop
I
though, the
think.
pressure changes a lot. Lower humidity, yeah. I My sinuses have cleared up. Yes, Carla, she's always been a fish. All of my girls. That's just kind of who I am though too. Like
A
I
thousand feet. We're at 1,000 feet.
we're at 1,000, yeah, so that's a good change. I'm not I don't have to swim. Just sitting by the water, hearing the water, putting my feet in the water is like my happiest place on earth. And Kenzie, when she was young, when me and her dad separated, the first apartment we had after that had a pool. And that was something that I could really do with the pots. It's great for circulation, it's amazing for blood flow and circulation. So I always made it a point to take her to the pool because it was also safe. I don't pass out in water because of the circulation stuff and the back compression on your it's water is amazing. Anyways, so we enjoyed that so much and she has always loved the water. Always. And it's she's been out here every day. Like she goes and shuts the girls' electronics off and goes and makes them go get their swimsuits on and takes them swimming and stuff every day. And we've only been here a week, a little over a week. Mine is a sinking fish. He just was so good though. Started swimming at 4. They don't make it worthwhile to do solar. Oh my gosh, that's crazy, Stargazer. See, they are really becoming aggressive here in Arizona with some of their trying to get people in and rely on solar and alternative water sources. And like they are really encouraging that.
They're not allowed to build or install sod, real grass in any of their
Oh,
homes.
yeah, they
It has
can't.
to be artificial.
They're making everybody like for builders, you have to have sod or you can't have sod anymore. You have to have artificial grass. Fine, Christina, no problems. He hasn't had any problems. I love that. Go ask Alice. I don't know. It's just my happy spot. Like
Christina, my pictures are a lot more clear now.
I could just sit outside, put my feet in, ding around. I love the Baja shelves and pools. That's my favorite place. We put them back in. I'm sorry, I sat down.
Nobody.
I don't know. It's just
No, no, come here.
relaxing.
Come on. Move or lose it.
I feel like we should have been here years ago, but we plan on staying now. So I've actually been looking into going back to school, even. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I'm. There's just, I don't know, good things on the horizon. I feel like it's going to take a while. I mean, it's not a snap of the fingers or anything, but this area just has potential. Like, potential for us having family and friends here. Y'all, I mean, we met great people in Utah, but it wasn't the same. Like these are people that I could hang out with daily. They're like family to us, or they are family. And that's so weird. We haven't had that. Water resets you. Yep. See, you love the water too. A check every year. See, I think that's amazing. Hold on, I missed some. Let me go back up. Cave system in the world, Mammoth Cave. That's crazy. I love caves. Love caves. Are there dust storms here?
Yeah, that first,
Yeah,
like that first day we got here, we got
a dust storm.
yeah,
Is that what that's called?
yeah, that one was.
We didn't get much rain, but there was quite a bit of lightning.
Usually it's a monsoon where we get blasted with.
I don't know how loud because all the noises are so much. They might not be able to hear you well.
Oh.
You might need to sit closer.
Oh.
Hold on, or I can sit this closer to you. Hold on. There you go.
Well, when the monsoons happen, it brings all sorts of rain, but sometimes they're just dust, and that's what we got.
Habobs, haboobs,
It wasn't a haboob.
a haboob.
Those are freaky. I've only seen one, but it was like Mad Max when they drove into the storm.
No, if you're bored and want something crazy to look at the homes in Paradise Valley or even Cave Creek. Some of those places, there's a lot of like horse ranches. There's a dairy farm like right down the road from us in the middle of town. Like it's wild. It's weird, but it's going to be built up from here all the way to Queen Creek, Florence. Like it's just building and building and building. And it's building north of Phoenix and south of Phoenix. There's a smart city supposedly going in up north of Phoenix. Bill Gates. I think it's Gates who's doing it. It's like a wall of dust, spooky as hell.
Yeah, it is.
Oh hell no, Rachel. No. I would have been out of that thing so fast I'd have probably passed out. You want to go there? Ella loves amusement parks. Hey, Fishing Queen.
So what's everybody up to tonight? Anybody do anything fun, or is it daytime where you're at?
It's probably midnight where a lot of them are. It is midnight. Now that we're 3 hours behind everybody. That's a totally new thing. Normally we're in bed by now.
We're close to Mesa.
Yeah, we're right here, functions. Say the word.
I'm pretty sure I'm not going to smack it.
Hey, Grandma Sherry. Hey, Amanda. 11 there. A lot of central.
Now we know right where you live.
Attack mode all day. Oh, that's right. I always get confused too because there's like, I think places in Ohio that are on, if I'm correct, I've only been to Toledo, but I want to say it was on Eastern time. But then there's places in like Kansas, I think, and Missouri, which I always thought would have been Eastern time that are Central time, or places in Kentucky, something like that. I don't know. I'll bail you out. Your football team lost, so you're pouting. Who's your football team? I know your NFL team. Were you watching college ball? Or did the NFL preseason start?
It was college. It's actual season now, I think.
Oh, yeah. Rachel, I would have been too. A Midwest, I ain't scared.
We didn't really follow pro football for...
Need to get ready for bed.
The last two places we lived didn't have any pro football around, so it was kind of hard to follow anything.
Yeah, Marcy, you need rest after having a headache like that from heat. He's asleep in the fort now. That's awesome. Texas Tech. Time there fucked you up.
Yeah, time doesn't change here at all. It's nice.
I know. I'm gonna come visit some people in Florida one of these days soon, and that will screw us up because that's 3 hours ahead of us. The Cardinals and then the Rams. Isn't the Cardinals yours?
Yeah.
Arizona Cardinals?
Yeah.
there's all sorts of like that's the weird thing too. I've never lived somewhere that has well, Utah doesn't have any professional sports. A lot of that's to do with the church, but they don't have like NFL.
All of it's due to the church.
Yeah, it's a big area too, and you would expect I don't know, there's a lot of money in that area. A lot of money. So
They don't want competition on game day.
no, on Sundays. Yeah, they it's against Sundays are a day of rest. I mean, that's religion across the board for a lot of people, but they like take it to the extreme. That you're not supposed to work on Sundays. It's like blasphemy. Anyways, so there's a big thing with NFL. So it's weird. We have WNBA, NBA, the Phoenix Suns. I can't remember what the WNBA team's called.
Professional baseball, football, hockey.
Motocross comes here.
Uh-huh.
Everything is
Metallica
here.
was just here.
There's just so much here. It's wild. Yes, revival. So water. Oh, I love that Wyogal. I think water is just genuinely good for the soul, to be honest.
Oh, it was just here tonight, Christina? Damn it. I wanted to go.
Started out in St. Louis. I didn't know that.
I would love to go to Metallica.
Did you know that?
Can't
That the
afford
Cardinals
that.
were St. Louis
Yeah.
originally? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they move teams around like crazy.
The Sea Chickens haven't.
No.
All of his dad's friends are like huge football players,
But the Sonics did. They went to Oklahoma.
but so are the women. The Supersonics.
Yep.
Never been a fan of sports. I figure you want the ball, just go buy one. Yeah, no, I do too. Go ask Alice. I have no deal with it. I'm not no love lost there. Like I'm not a big sports buff as far as NFL goes, but it's just weird because there's Utah is like the outdoor capital. Like people love going to Utah. It's got the size, the income, everything for a team like that, and they keep them out of there, which totally their call. But when big events come, it's wild. It like the whole state converges in one area because they don't get much of that at all. They actually,
barbecuing.
yeah, it smells like they're smoking. They actually had booze at the last motocross race, and I about fell over because they don't let alcohol in the stadiums. So that was shocking. And that was at U of U. Hey, Smiles. One of the guys had COVID. Christina, we got to take the boys to the races or monster trucks. The girls would love that shit too. Oh my gosh, we got to do that when one of those things comes to town. Yeah. His parents want to take us to Rocky Point at some point in time. We all got to get our passports. You guys are all talking football.
Oh, cool. We could go to Monster Jam in February. That'd be
Oh,
cool.
that would be fun. Clovis. I've heard New Mexico is very pretty, but people think it's a lot of desert. In the high desert down there gets crazy weather. Snow.
Well, we're going with Christina, whether you like it or not.
Kyle invited himself.
Yeah.
He's mad at you still because he hasn't got to see Terry yet.
Yeah. Still haven't seen the other half.
He didn't say the better half, so he's still in good graces. Oh, yeah, he'll love it, Christina. He'll absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Smiles, for sure. I loved that shit. I still like that shit. It's just fun. I don't know. It's good, clean fun. The fair, I still like that. It's a little dirty most of the time for me anymore, and there's a lot of freak accidents that have been happening, so it makes me have a little anxiety. But I still love water parks and amusement parks. I love that shit.
You haven't lived until you've gotten a scar from an amusement park ride. From some carny.
Drag racing, Stargazer, that's awesome. You'll enjoy that. You're an adrenaline junkie too. You'll like that.
We got to go to the Top Fuel Drags here. Those are incredible.
Well, we have a track right
I
freaking
know.
here off of what, the 101
Yeah, the top fuel drags are incredible though. The nitro cars.
motorcycle tricks. There's Smiles. We were just looking at a house. There's a property here not far from us that has a whole dirt bike track in the
Yeah.
backyard
I want to go drop off a card. We'll
Yeah.
trade tile work for time on
for
track.
time on your track. Carlsbad Caverns, the Space Museum, and White Sands all close to each other. Oh, that would be cool. There's caverns in Montana that are really cool. The Lewis and Clark Caverns. That's the only caverns I think that I can remember really going in. Oh, there was some in South Dakota in the Black Hills. I vaguely remember. I was
Isn't
really
there
little.
like one of those vortex things in Montana too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those are pretty cool. The stalagmites and stalactites, or whatever they're called. You hike like a half mile up the side of a mountain, and then you drop into this. It's a little tricky. I don't think I could do it anymore. I get a little claustrophobic now. Helen, Stargazer Helen, and you can talk for hours on end. She can tell you everything you need to know. She is your go-to for drag racing, everything. I'm going to functions. I will for sure. The Black Hills are gorgeous. Absolutely. Deadwood, South Dakota is probably one of my favorite places on earth. It's that old country ghost town, totally set back in the days. We had those old Western photos taken there when I was a young kid.
Bye, Christina.
I haven't been there in years, though. Good night, Christina. You've only been a couple times. We like that stuff. We like dirt track racing. We like all of it. We'll kind of try anything once, though. We really like.
We're going to the top
bike
fuels.
racing.
When the top fuels are here, we're definitely going. That shit's incredible. I don't know if with your pacemaker that might reset it.
I'll be okay. Oh, Smiles, that's awesome.
What it is?
Did you see that?
What's that? What?
Loretta Lynn's Ranch. Will you grab me a Diet Coke, please?
Oh no, you didn't. My buddy.
Oh, Christine, I will.
One of my really good friends growing up turned pro, and he won at Loretta's back in the mid to late 90s, and I didn't get to go, but that's someplace I've always wanted to go. That's a gorgeous track. There's a track here that I'm going to be going to once I can get a bike.
The guys next door ride too.
Yeah.
Crazy how that happens. Oh, I'm looking at it right now. Goldfield Ghost Town. Oh.
NCM Motorsports Park. That sounds fun. There's a lot of motorsports things around here.
Oh shit, that's not far from us.
They do the rallycross here too, the Travis Pastrana rallycross thing.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Did you see this?
Yes, it is still 100 degrees here. It actually went up from 99 to 100 now.
It's in Apache Junction.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's not far from us at all.
Your cat, bro. Stop.
That's cool. I'm gonna send that to Kenzie so she can look at it.
Bama, you should.
Shit, where are you, sis?
It's a fun
Oops,
place.
I almost just sent it to your mom.
It feels like you're on vacation when you're here.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on where you're at and everything, but to us, it feels like we're on vacation, and it still feels like
El Sacho, hello.
we're gonna start packing to head
Hola.
home soon.
Yeah, we keep telling ourselves that it feels like we're on vacation and we're gonna have to go home. Like that's kind of what it's felt like the entire time. But this time it's our stuff out here.
Hold on, Maestro.
I know. I just feel content. Give me a bite.
58. Oh my god. If it was 58 right now, I would die. It would actually feel really good, but I would probably die.
Functions. That's no joke. Yes, Rachel, it is fun. For sure. it makes a lot of difference functions. Like honestly, I didn't realize, and it wasn't that we were unhappy,
No.
not at all. Like that's not the case whatsoever. We were as happy as we could be. We were really content with chaos, and things were really really hard. Like especially for the girls, like getting resources. I fought my ass off to get what little assistance we had for them because they literally, when they deemed the youngest unfit for public school, we were left with nothing. I didn't have any supports. I didn't have a case manager. I didn't have a caseworker. I didn't have anything. The only thing we luckily did have was a group that we had got into for behavioral health therapy. And they had a day treatment program that the girls did during the summer. And they actually had an academy. And thank God we were able to get into that. But we had to get a scholarship for that. And she was left without like education forever. But the school districts here, if that happens, they have to pay and help find somewhere to place her. Like it's not just up to us to have to figure it out and work the system backwards, which sucks so bad because you never, there's never enough resources for anybody. In fact, this has made me really realize how much is lacking in so many parts of the country. It's actually scary how much is lacking. And if you remember listening to me talk, am always super grateful and loved the support we did have. Absolutely. Hey, Marion. Loved. Hey, Yoper Gal. We loved the support we did have. But at the same time, it was very limited. And you can tell a difference in how they behave and everything like that. So I don't know. I think it just gives me hope again for them that in order to give them the best possible life and the best possible outcome, it's not going to have to be such a struggle to get them those resources. I think it just gives you a peace of mind.
I can't believe
If that
this
makes
is
sense.
real. It's still it feels too nice for us.
It's not, we've just dealt with not too nice. We've dealt with and made do with the bare minimum to give the kids what they need. Like, I don't know. It just feels so different.
I just know where we came from not that awful long ago, and
Yeah, what we've been able to accomplish.
I just feel like Jenny from the block.
Can you imagine if, like, actually having proper support for them where we can get?
Yeah,
They'll be able to go to college and independently live if they continue to grow. Like, that's a goal I want for them.
it's weird for me to think that
Moving on up.
5 years ago we had $26 for Christmas for all three of the kids.
Yeah. Well, that's because we had moved 7 days previous to that.
Yeah,
That's not a joke.
and before that,
7 days before Christmas.
before that, we were living in a trailer park.
Yeah, but before, you can't say that because that was temporary.
I'm not too proud.
No, you can say that, but it's not like we were there forever and had to deal with rags to riches. Like, that's not
No,
the
it's just
case.
because I lost my house.
Yeah. Well, you didn't lose it. You willingly gave it up. Well, not willingly, but
Thank you. Go ask Alice. It's been amazing.
it feels really good.
It feels, especially knowing that we might actually get the help that we need for the kids is such a big relief. You know, to hear Becky actually talk about what she wants to do as
I haven't
a
been able to
profession.
think of like doing something for myself or a career or anything like that for 8 years.
No.
And not because I don't want to, not because any of that stuff, but just the possibility that we might be able to get support for them, that they can do something and I might be able to do something to help our family out. Like that gives so much hope.
The cost of care for them.
Yeah. The cost of care wouldn't even make sense.
No, not even close. So
I could never independently pay for care for both of them. That's just not possible. Yeah, functions. You get it.
Smiles. It's really nice. I mean, it's
Still open.
It's really the hot part of the year, but it's some people like it, some people don't. We really like it.
I love it here.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I'm content. I'm really easy to like please, though I should say that.
And my parents aren't even back in town yet. The whole reason why we moved down here, and they're not even back yet.
I think we both came. Well, you had a way different childhood, so I can't even compare that.
Yeah.
I think I've seen so much of like different sides of. I don't know. I'm just pleased with very small things, very minimum. I'm
That's why I'm
very
so blown away by this house. It's like,
yeah. It feels too
that,
good to be true.
yeah, it feels like I don't deserve it, even though.
Bullshit. Bullshit. That's bullshit.
Well, that goes
This
back
is a
to
very
my
common home.
that goes back to my trauma of being chopped down to nothing
Yeah.
from my previous relationship.
Yeah, but that's not the case. That's far from the case. Not nice people.
I think we're good.
Horse racing. I told you guys that I had a horse race or a racehorse named after me. There was actually a news article about her being ridiculously mean to her trainer. Her name was Rebecca Mackey. Oh, me too. I really, Bama, I'm really like, I'm hopeful for the first time. It's hot. Yeah, nope. Very little humidity. Thank you so much, Rachel. It's just, honestly, like, excuse me. Kyle says he doesn't deserve it. Y'all, this man stepped into 3 kids that aren't even any way, shape, or form legally his and took it on and said, okay, I got this. Not only 3 girls, but I have my own health issues, like a gamut of them. And he took it all on with a smile on his face and has not blinked an eye at it. He more than deserves this shit. Absolutely not, Revival. He wears a size 12 shoe. That's all I'm going to say about that. Big feet means for helmets. People miss the helmets by the bed and the penis is on the wall. You miss the military life to this day. Hidden gypsy blood. See, I'm such a nomad too. Like I have moved all over when I was a child, and I think it just became ingrained in me. Like home to me is wherever I am. That's home to me. I could not be stationary. I would not do well with it at all.
Good night, Mercedes girl.
Thank you, Yoper Gal. And we plan on being stationary here. Like we plan this long term, like until the girls are grown and able to do whatever they're able to do, and we're at a stable spot. The only thing I can foresee is us eventually finding somewhere that's cooler during the summer. That's it. But that'll be 20 years down the road. Marion, we're good. How are you? Good night, Mercedes. Oh my gosh.
Go ask Alice.
I hope you're feeling better, Mercedes.
You know what's funny is we might actually be able to like really get married now.
Yeah, Kyle keeps saying, he keeps calling everybody and telling them we're getting married tomorrow. And I keep saying,
Yeah.
He told his mom that today. He's like, I called to tell you. And I was like, give me the phone. No, we're not. I had a pony when I was little too. Her name was Pony Bell, and that bitch rolled us in a scorio pit. And if you know what North Dakota rock is like, scorio is like the red rock that's really sharp and
Shale.
thin. It's like shale. It is nasty shit. That horse was she was a pain in the ass. I'm an experienced flowers girl. Yeah, go ask Alice for sure. And I got lucky in this deal too, because Kyle's pretty good, but his parents are amazing and treat me so well, like honestly, and their friends treat me so well, and they love on my girls, and they treat I don't know, I just got really lucky. We all got, us girls got really lucky.
Sorry, Grandma Sherry.
Restores your faith in humanity, right? I know. Grandma Sherry, how's the move coming along? How's the packing coming? Gulf Shores. Bama, I have heard amazing things about Gulf Shores. Actually, Kyle just got asked to bid a job in South Carolina. He's got a client that has a vacation home there, and he got asked to do a bit on it. Kyle is pretty sought after by some of these people, and it's like, holy shit, that's ridiculous to fly a tile guy across the country, but he is worth it, I will say. Oh, good, Mercedes girl. I'm so glad to hear that. Older mile Kyle's on the lot. You know, unfortunately, I think they broke the. He's just an old school. Like, I have very old school values. I'm an old soul. I think most of you can kind of tell that. Kenzie's an old soul because I don't know. My best friend Bonnie's an old soul. Like, we're just all kind of like, I don't even know how to explain it. But we're really, I was, I've lived through hell and back, to be honest.
You,
Like,
she's been through hell to be with me.
not to be with you, I've been through hell just in general. And you're the only person that hasn't put me through hell, to be honest.
No, you've been through hell because of me.
No, I have not. In nowhere comparison to what I've been. Christina has, if Christina's still in here, she's not, but Christina has been a part of Kyle and I's relationship since day one. Christina was there with me through some of the hardest times in my life. All of my friends, like there's other people on here that don't talk in the comments that are real life friends of ours that have been here through from day one of our relationship. And just to see, like, it's just interesting to look back and how right, like, people were. Like, it was so natural for both of us. And we just have that. Even Kyle and Kenzie, like Kenzie hated him. And it wasn't that she hated him, she hated men. She was done.
In the beginning, she had a right to hate me because I would fight about everything.
Yeah, well, yeah, you were really amped up. You thought you were gonna get me to argue with you. I will argue with the wall, and that you're never gonna win. But I do it calmly.
It was shocking though to think back about how quickly I was ready to argue because of that my previous relationship. But
yeah.
But knowing now that
I've heard that, Bama,
we can actually talk.
You didn't have good communication skills, and I'm an over communicator. Like, I'm one that will over communicate and talk you till you're blue in the face about issues. Like, just because people around me have never communicated, so it's so important to me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But once I learned how to communicate, then we haven't had a fight in like 3 years, something like that. And
we're talking like arguments, like nothing like what other people go through on the daily basis. Like, we just don't argue. We talk. Yeah. I don't know. We genuinely enjoy each other. Yep. Grandma Sherry. And I've lived that way for so many years in my life. Like, I'm pretty numb. That's why, like, even I really protect my peace. People that don't deserve my energy, I don't give it to them. And I have a very quick, like, nope, sorry, I'm fucking done. Like, I just have no tolerance for bullshit. I deal with too much of it in real life. I'm not about to take it from random people on the internet. That's just never going to be the case with me. I fought through hell to be who I am today, and I am proud of it. And ain't nobody on the internet going to ever take my stories and try to make them into something they're not. And I'm very secure in that. And Kyle he doubted himself a lot when we got together. And that is the one thing I can say. Like, he is a totally different person from when we first got together. Totally different person. Like, he actually believes in himself now, and you can see it. It's amazing. Anyways, we're all being mushy.
Well, I never thought emotional abuse was a thing.
Yeah. It's a very big thing. I think that's why we're so passionate about it too.
Yeah.
ADD.
Because I was under a pretty bad spell there for a few years.
I've heard that the beaches in Florida on the one coast, I don't know which one it is. Is it the inner side? That's the pretty beaches? Is it the Louisiana side that's pretty?
I'm not really sure.
I can't remember. I've heard that certain things are really beautiful on certain beaches, like Clearwater.
When I was there.
Well, yeah, because you were there for hurricane. Yeah, go ask Alice. Yeah, and I fought too much of my life. So many of you guys understand that. You fight too much of your life to, like, go through hell just to keep on. And I ain't about to live somebody else's idea of what I should and shouldn't do, what I should and shouldn't say. Like, I am 40 fucking years old. Wait, I almost thought I
30.
was 41 for a minute.
Yeah, she's.
Well, I'm not about to start now. And it's not because I don't give a shit what people think, but I bust my ass on the daily basis to be a better human being than I was the day before. And I know I don't go out fucking hurting people or doing anything to anybody like that I wouldn't appreciate. Like, I don't go real life on people. We don't play those stupid games. I don't do that shit in real life, let alone on the internet. I advocate for two kids that don't have a voice for themselves on the daily basis. I'm not about to come out here and play the stupid games with a bunch of adults who can't get their shit together when they haven't been through a quarter of what my girls have been through. And those girls fight on the daily basis to be amazing versions of human beings. And they are empathetic, they are sensitive, and they are the sweetest little things you'll ever meet. Because we don't let them just like, we want better for them because they deserve it. And I'm not advocating for them just to come out here and like whoa on other people. Like, I would never do that. Like, that shit, when that stupid fucking Vada bitch was running her mouth and they had all their shit with the KJ stuff and what their constant nonstop lies about who I was as a human being. Trust me, that was hard not to respond to, but I got to remember that that ain't worth my fucking energy. Those people are pieces of shit, and that's just what they're going to be. Not worth the energy to fight back
I just got bit.
or even respond. Not going to do it. But trust me, it was hard because you are never going to cut me down the way I let some of that do.
Congratulations on 40 years.
Yeah, Yopergal, like, I don't know. It's just, oh, that's amazing. Yopergal, the Gulf side. Okay, that's what I thought. The Intercoast. Thank you. Right, Amanda? I know. It's just crazy.
I've always wanted to check out Alabama ever since I heard of Yellow Wolf.
Smiles. Absolutely, it was. Your oldest child is 41. I could be your mother. Hey, I'll take it. I love that. I connect. I love y'all. I've had a soft spot for old, like 70-year-old men, 80-year-old men my entire life. I was called, well, my mom used to take us to the restaurant when she worked, and we would play bingo with the residents, and they would give me their fruit and take the candy when we'd win, and it was a bunch of bullshit. But then working in the restaurant, I started waiting tables at 11 years old, and it was a family cafe that the old guys from the rest homes or the little old widow guys would come in and have their coffee every morning in a tiny, small, little farming community. And they used to call me Smiles. And then when I started bartending at 18, the little old guys that came in for them, they would drink coffee and switch to Old Milwaukee. They started a diaper fund when I got pregnant with Mackenzie. Like, I've just had a soft spot for like old people. Like, I just do.
55-pound catfish? Holy hell.
All of Kyle's parents' friends are the little old guys that I love so much. It is so fun for me to go hang out with them. They make my heart happy. Like, they crack me up and they tell the best freaking stories.
Can we do that? Can we make a
Yeah.
round trip video of us going to
Bama.
down to
Yeah.
Bama? I would love that.
I didn't always succeed, you know? Yeah, it's fuck. Man, that was hard though, y'all. Dee Dee, that was hard as hell to ignore that shit. But I was just like, this little girl's going to show her ass for who she is. And that's what I have to remember at the end of the day. And that's why I've sat back and allowed a lot of shit. There's people lurking in the fucking shadows right now causing shit. And other people are coming out being like, see, I told you there was no communication. Like, there is some shit going on right now. And I could lay players out. But you just sit back and watch it all fall. Because in time, they all show themselves. They all do. There are so many lurking around that have been in the fuck shit since day one out here. Careful, I had him young. Go ahead, Alice. I love it, Manda. Oh, you guys are funny. A guided trip. Oh, I love fishing. Kenzie was a bass club champion, juniors bass club champion, because Mama taught her how to fish young. I love it. Functions. I love the no filter though. And the little guys kiss me on the cheek all the time and they just love their hugs. Of course, they might be a little perverted, but hey, if I can make them smile, whatever. No, but I just love them and I love their wives too. Like, I don't know. I've always had a soft spot for just the older generation. It's something, and I think it's because so many people have stepped in, and like my grandparents were a huge role in my life. My grandfather was the best human being you'll ever he was God's gift to everything. That man was just an incredible human being. Ah, talking about him makes me cry, but he was the reason I turned out to be who I was because my brother and sister were older than me. So they went through a lot of the shit I didn't have to go through because my grandparents stepped in and helped take care of me. So I had stability and structure, and it was in my grandparents. I was the kid that got dropped off and not came back for, except for my grandparents. Like, I've lived through the girls' trauma on my own, and I can relate to it. So having structure and stability for them is everything to me. And Kyle has didn't even like realize what he was getting into when he did, and he jumped into that full feet. And I'm like, what the hell? But that's why I've always had like the soft spot for old guys because my grandfather was that human being that stepped up and was like, he was just everybody's hero. He was amazing. Oh, functions, it's so bad. Rachel, thank you for saying that. That was hard. Like, but I've been through worse in real life, so ain't no dumb bitch on the internet that I could give two shits about. Y'all, I don't know who she is, where she lives, anything about her because that's how little shit. I could say her name right now and Kyle would have no fucking clue because I never talked about her because she didn't even take up a moment of brain space unless somebody would bring her up and ask me a question or they'd send me a funny clip and then that was funny shit because let me tell you, she is off her fucking rocker. Yeah, functions. That's true though. Oh, I had the best grandparents too. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Yoper Gal. I think you guys are so sweet. Oh, Christina, I said something about you too. I can't remember. Oh, I was talking about how you've been here since day one of Kyle and I's relationship. You were around before Kyle. See, and I have met some of the best fucking people because of the internet. Not even joking, like that are real life people of mine now. Like, I don't like just half ass this. I genuinely form amazing relationships with people, and I'm so blessed to do so. Who are we talking about? Anybody, Marcy? I was getting yappy and mushy for a moment. Yeah, it was so funny. My followers put him through hell. They put him through the ringer questioning him, and he put up with all of it. Oh, yeah, Dee Dee, it's amazing. You're going to be that grandma. That's amazing. Go ask Alice. Everybody needs that grandparent or that aunt or that uncle or that friend or whoever they are. Like, I honestly say, like, my best friend Bonnie, like, she raised me. And when I say that, it's so funny because she's actually just a few months older than I am, but we met in sixth grade. And it was right after my parents kind of had divorced. My mom had been remarried for a little while, and we were just kind of all over the place. Like, everything was really chaotic. My siblings were older. Like, it was just really chaotic. And we met because, well, we're related by marriage, which is funny. But we met because she became memorable to me because she called me Betty Boop. I wanted to bop her in the face, but I was so passive. She called me Betty Boop and we became fast friends. But we were living at an RV park that her grandparents owned. And it was my mom's hometown. And then my stepdad started doing stuff for the racehorse ranch. And we lived up there. And then for some, I don't even remember some of like, I've blocked so much out. But we became such good friends. And I moved away like 4 years after we met, 3 years after we met. And we have stayed, like, we've traveled back and forth our entire lives. People used to ask us, They thought Kenzie was our child together. We've just done life together for over 30 years. We don't have to talk every day. We don't have to see each other every year. We just do life, and it's nothing has ever changed. And it's so weird because one thing I can say is people long for community and relationships so badly. And I have been so lucky to have so many people to do life with, like my chosen family. And I don't know, I've just been really lucky to meet some incredible people online, offline, everything. Because Bonnie and I might not see each other often, but I have such a great support system around me. I really am lucky. But I don't just like half-ass my friendships either. Revive. Okay, hold on. I gotta go back up in the comments. Oh, it wasn't that far back. Oh, go ask Alice. That's awesome. They love it, Yoper Gal. Hey, Lanky. Arizona is wonderful. Scorpions, yeah. They're actually kind of cool, though, to be honest. I'm kind of digging them in a way. It's becoming an obsession.
And it's cooled off to 98.
It's kind of becoming an obsession. I come out here with the flashlight like multiple times in the middle of the night. If the dogs need to go out or something, I'm out here with the fucking black light. The neighbors probably think I'm a crackhead by this point in
Oh,
time.
dear God, no. Fried scorpions with butter. Oh.
We're just all hanging out here. I know, Christina. I know. I know. He just fit, like, he fits so well. I can't even, I don't know. I did something right. That's for sure.
Hey, Lanky.
Yeah, functions. Me too. Like, honestly, we've had something good to say. Like, how many people move to a completely unknown area for the most part? I mean, his parents do live here, but still, like, they're not even here. Completely new area, meet their neighbors, barbecue with their neighbors, have friends that already live here in that area, which is a bonus. Get to have dinner with them, get to go see family friends within a week, plus be almost completely settled. Plus, our landlord's incredible and brought us donuts. Like, I mean, just good shit.
Go ask Alice. We don't. The pool has a heater for when it gets cold, but there's no way to cool it down unless you want to buy a bunch of bags of ice. But
Barbecue scorpion.
it gets pretty warm, um, but it's nice when you can get in at night, and then the wind actually you get pretty damn cold with the wind. So
It actually really doesn't. It really self regulates really well.
oh,
It's way better than you think. Linky, thank you so much.
thanks, Lanky. Does that mean I have to try a barbecued scorpion now?
You, you can.
No.
It'll show.
No.
Amethyst was saying something about cancer spots. The venom is used for radiation, I think is what she. I don't know. I have to ask her more about that.
I've heard something about that.
Now I have to look into that because it just reminded me of that. Oh my gosh. Crete, Greece in 30 days with 2 small kids functions. That's incredible. I think that's why I connect with so many of you because like I have a weird story of how I grew up, but so many of you have similar things or have grown up in very similar ways. Like I connect really deeply with people that have had similar experiences. I connect with people that have had just bits and pieces of it, but have very open minds. Like I don't know.
There's no way it tastes like chicken at all. It's like crunchy with like I would say a soft gooey inside.
Holy shit.
That's where all the poison is. They glow in the dark, for Christ's sakes.
Functions, I bet you have some incredible stories actually. Linky, there's some amazing people over here. I've gotten really lucky out here, to be honest. Hey Jen, I have gotten so lucky to like get the best of a bunch of different communities that I really feel blessed. I'll say that over and over again. I got like a mixed bag of where everybody came from for subs, and I am so pleased. I am so thankful for the subs I have. I got, and they're not flip floppers. They're not like, I don't know. I just got the genuine good core of like humans. Kyle and I talk about that all the time, how lucky we are, how blessed we are with our subs, our support systems, our like, we have always talked about that.
Yeah.
Chicken jerky, oh God. Christina will fry one up for you, I bet.
If anybody would do it, I think Christina would be the
There were
best.
4 pigs. Revival. I think maybe that's, we had cows out in the middle of nowhere for the first part of my life. I went to a 1-room schoolhouse. Like, you guys can check it out too. I'm not bullshitting.
Yeah, right, Bama Beauty. We know you tried to say hood, folks.
Love you too, Lanky.
Thanks, Go Ask Alice. We love you.
We love you guys too. Honestly, though, we really do. We talk about that all the time.
Hood folks kind of fit.
Oh my God. Oh, smiles. And recently, like, it is showing its ass because there, I've told you guys, there are certain like places that I have followed all along because I knew where people broke off to. I knew where they got done screwing with us and fucked me over and started lying about shit that had gone on and sending me text messages, but certain sections were missing and like all the shit that the games that were played, right? I knew when that broke off that wasn't over, but I saw where they went in the communities that they went to. And I kept my eye on certain pieces. One was like really amped up by the antis for a while. One was like the CMC community from Facebook got into that. Like, it's just the wildest shit. And now to watch them all like collide in one area is funny as hell. But then I sit there and go, God, there's still so many pieces connecting here that people, it seems like people don't see. I don't know. It's wild. And all I can say is I'm so glad I'm sitting on the outside looking in saying, not my shit today.
I'm so
You
glad
tried
we're
that.
on the outside looking at the pool.
Yeah,
That
Kyle's
we're going
like,
to use
I don't
all
give a shit.
winter.
See, I love that, Dee Dee. I think that's why I connect with the people I do, because and certain people think I have just this like attitude or chip on my shoulder. That's something I've always gotten because I don't have time for bullshit or fake. Like, I just don't. And that's a you thing, not a me thing. And at the end of the day, like, I just don't do the bullshit games. Either be real or don't be at all. Like, I don't have time for that shit. And it's not because I have a chip on my shoulder. I think I'm better than anybody, but I fight these battles and I ain't gonna fucking settle for just bullshit. And I wouldn't let my girls be friends with the people that do these people dirty. Like, the backstabbing out here by grown ass women is so disappointing. Plus, y'all, they're a product of somebody else's choices, and it's really hard for me to condone certain shit. Like, I have a real hard time. Like, I have just a no tolerance thing, and it's hard for me. It's really hard. A pig farmer's wife. Revival, they have a very important ingredient, though. Pig farmers make a lot of money because they get anhydrous ammonia, which is the main ingredient in methamphetamine.
Lanky,
Don't ask me how I know that.
If you're
And it's not from meth use.
If your in-laws in Scottsdale need a tile guy, you know where to go.
Exactly, functions. That's the thing is, your kids are military. I love that though.
No. I think it adds a lot.
Smiles, I love it.
The moving around and seeing different cultures and different areas and different. I think that's great.
Hell yeah, Linky, do it. That flood on I-15, or was it I-10? I-15. The flood.
Oh,
outside of Vegas.
I-15.
That was wild just recently. Yeah. And
I can't believe we missed it.
The funny thing was, like, we didn't check the weather reports. We started laughing about that when we left, like, Utah. We didn't look at weather reports at all. Like, why would you, right? You're moving from Utah to Arizona. Usually the weather just gets nicer and warmer. Like, you wouldn't even think about storms coming through.
Worst storm in 10 years would be coming through on the day you want to leave.
And then here we get here and, like, storms hit. And they hit right after we came through. Just crazy. But we were like, well, we're kind of dumbasses because we didn't even like that was the last thing. We didn't even look at it. We still didn't have a
Yeah,
clue what
like
was going on.
the day after we got here, we saw it all over TikTok, the floods and
It
like
fucking wasn't
thousands of
winter. It was
cars.
okay. It was all that mattered was that it wasn't snowing on the ground.
Yeah, yeah. The last time was pretty tough in the middle of winter.
Oh my gosh, Dee Dee, I would love to live in other countries. Honestly, that is my goal. I really want to live in other countries. I love other cultures.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things is learning about other cultures. I would love to go to the UK. I think I would love the UK way of life. I connect really well with people abroad, especially ones that have like really like dry sense of humor. I love it. I don't know why. It's just something that I've always enjoyed. Oh, Linky, thank you so much. Thank you. Go ask Alice. Michelle Collins is her name. She's a Facebook streamer. She actually, in comparison to what we deal with, is nothing. Like, and people have followed her for years. I mean, she's bad in her own realm. Let me establish that. Like, she has done people dirty over the years, and she has her own reason for all the exposure that's been done on her. But she is minor in comparison to what we deal with on YouTube. I say that blatantly because these people are exploiting tragedies. It's bad. It's just a whole different wheelhouse of exposures. Like these people stick to like petty scammers, basically what I'm saying, and we stick to Grand Theft Auto kind of thing. Does that make sense in comparison?
Dee Dee, does it rain a lot in the UK? Because we watched 90 Day Fiance, and every single outdoor shot is raining. Everyone.
Panama, I see functions. We watched that on 90 Day Fiance. I would love to go to Norway. Norway is on my bucket list. Marion, we're just hanging out. What are you up to? Yes, Smiles, she really is. And she is funny at times. Like, she really is. 15K in chat. Hey, you got to give props where props are due, right? Like, I've never really done coverage on him because, in comparison to other people, yeah, he lies a lot. He inflates shit a lot. But he's just not on the other level to me. Like, there's something that misses. Like, he does vile shit. I'm not going to argue with that at all. But when I came into things, he wasn't really anywhere involved in those. So I didn't really watch anything to do with him. And I think, like, I don't pay attention to much with him in it. So at least he's out there doing something. I don't know if they're using him for bait, what the deal is necessarily, but hey, whatever works, right? I just got to give credit where credit is due, though. He's out there doing something.
Yeah, I would love to go to Norway. I think we should go. I think we should go to all these places and video the whole way.
Oh, that's cool, Dee Dee. See, I don't even know who that is, Bama. That whole crowd. So I know who Rap is. I know who, because he was a part of the Georgia stuff, but I very briefly know about him. And what I do is, like, I don't know enough to really make an opinion, but what I do know is questionable. And I haven't looked into it any further because I just don't care. Like, I'm that's not my community kind of thing. So I just haven't had an interest in it. Like, I'd rather call out Tyler Feller, shit like that. I don't know.
I think we
It's
should
just
have
not the same communities for me, I don't think.
a group trip to North Korea. That's probably the only way we're getting in.
Can some countries get in? Some countries can get in, though.
Can they?
Yeah, some countries can get in. Americans are the ones that they really don't like, I think.
Oh, why is that?
I don't know. I would love to know more about Norway. I think Norway looks beautiful. I love their prison system. I'm intrigued by their prison system, to be honest.
We should go try it out.
No, don't want to do that, but I think it's amazing. I've heard Norway is beautiful too. Oh, functions, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't know where that community is or anything like that, y'all. I really don't have a clue. So I stay in my lane, and that's not my lane. Like, there's enough manipulation and problematic people out here exploiting victims and their tragedies. Like,
Yeah, that was Dennis Rodman.
you've got
Fuck
people out
it.
here making content on the Frankie kids and like doing. There's some shit I've seen lately with some people that weren't on my radar at first, and now like I've been paying attention to them because they were all promoting that fucking stupid ass Sounds of Freedom movie. You know, my list on that. Like some of those dumbasses. Well,
Prison would be so nice. Wouldn't have to take care of the kids.
they call out like the family vloggers, but yet they're exploiting these children's tragedies to no extent. And like I don't know, there's like a big line for me that's just being hopped over. It's gross.
A redneck Italian.
These kids deserve privacy and dignity, and that is not what YouTube is giving them.
Oh God, I
Linky. Austria and Switzerland. I would love to go to
would
Switzerland.
love to go to Switzerland. That
Me
would be
too.
fucking
Iceland,
amazing.
yes. Giselle Case. I don't know who that is, Grandma Sherry.
What would be the best time to go to Switzerland though?
I don't know. Prison sounds like a great vacation. Christina's like, I don't need to
shit,
pay bills
right?
for a couple of years up there with hospital stays.
Why don't you guys cook for 3 meals a day?
Linky, that's awesome. I know I have family members that have been to Switzerland, to the Swiss Alps, but I don't know what they thought of it or when they went or anything. They all ski too, so. Half Italian, mostly redneck. Italy, that would be amazing. Yeah, DD. Ugh, ugh, ugh. And to think that that's the crazy thing, like why I've talked about so much of like the founders of that movie and the people behind that movie claim that they're helping with sex trafficking and child trafficking, and they're these heroes. But look at the problems going on in the state of Utah and the funding that they continue to funnel into that organization that does nothing to help kids abroad, let alone locally, is beyond ridiculous.
Hell no, Christina. Hell no.
Exactly what I talked about with Utah cover-ups.
There's no fucking way I could run this ship without her. That if I were in charge of the meds for the girls, they would both probably die because I wouldn't be able to figure it out. There is an absurd amount of stuff that Becky does around here that's irreplaceable.
Marion, I have watched enough of it. I did watch the bootlegged version on YouTube, but there was a couple parts that were missing, but I saw 99% of it, I would say, in comparison to like time frame of what the actual film claims to have been. So there was only a little bit that was missing out of the bootlegged version. My understanding is. What I did see is they are promoting, first of all, that it's a true story, which it's not. It's not factual. There's bits and pieces of things that he claims happened from multiple missions that have been proven that are inaccurate. So they've taken stories here and there, and they actually made statements claiming that it was, not a factual story and not a factual account. After people were like, "Wait a second, you weren't even there." Like, Liliana, one of the victims that they claim they rescued, actually rescued herself.
He covered up thousands of SA abuses on his own border security guards. He swept it under the rug.
There's a lot of stuff. There's just a lot of things with the foundation of the movie. Now, again, I'm all for like getting the conversation opened up, but in correct ways and where our funding needs to be going to actually help real victims, because as of right now, most people involved in trafficking, the victims end up in jail and there's no aftercare for these people. But yet millions of dollars are being funneled into all of this organizations and stuff, and you're getting a bunch of PR. My other issue with it is how it was marketed, and so many false narratives, and people like Betty, Olivia, Annie Elise tend to or the Dad Challenge podcast, and a bunch of other like really extremist rhetoric people were pushing that propaganda, but yet they don't want to talk about the abuses that their own churches that they represent, because Jim Caviezel is a devout Catholic, and how many Catholic bishops? I mean, the sex abuse of clergy members is outstanding right now too.
Let's be completely honest. The only way it could get more ironic is if it was filmed in the church and the bishop was the guy trying to save the children.
It's really sad. It's actually like, so I'm all about the conversation being opened up and it being talked about and people, but if it took a movie like that that's based in such outlandish bullshit that you have to lie about to open up a conversation, we have a much bigger problem than we even thought. Another thing that their stats are completely inflated and conflated. When you call the organizations yourself, the world organizations on trafficking and so on and that, to get the numbers, the actual stats, they have completely lied and just fabricated numbers that sounded good.
I mean, yeah, hey, it brought awareness to a terrible issue. Great, yeah,
Yeah.
we're not downplaying that at all. It's just the fact that
Sorry, I'm really passionate about this stuff, so I
if
just went
they
off.
want to, if they really were passionate about what they're claiming, they could start in their own house first.
Yes, Lanky, yes, and it does spread. So Jim Caviezel and Tim Ballard both were big. They have numerous times, so they have ties to the QAnon and Pizzagate bullshit and the rhetoric that gets spread about all of that stuff. So they have ties to those extremist conspiracy theorists, and they are the two leading roles. Plus, the Attorney General of Utah is one of the producers of the film. And if you want to talk about fucking weird shit that goes on, look into them. Like, there's just a whole lot of shit with that stuff. Absolutely, Bama, 100%. The LDS Church. Isn't he from Utah? And didn't he have a sister that went missing from here, Davey? Is that correct? Oh, absolutely functions. They did. Yeah. Oh, Marion, it 100% does. It absolutely does. Absolutely. And no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that we need to talk about this in a very open and honest, direct way. Funny funding that is being sent to organizations like this need to be funneled into organizations that are doing something to help the victims. If you actually look into the statistics and the organizations that do lead the fight to stop some of these things, they aren't even remotely a part of it. Like, they're an embarrassment to other people who work in this field trying to get people to realize and funnel the money into proper places. Like, it's really sad. It has nothing to do with anything to do with the big picture. This is a self-serving mission for a bunch of people who want to be heroes because they have a lot of weird shit going on. Oh, no, no, no. It happens in every single, it doesn't even have to be religious groups.
Yeah, the Mel Gibson
Has nothing to do with
rants are
religion.
great, and the divorce rants where he was drunk yelling at what's her name when he got divorced. Man, that guy's a maniac.
Yeah, yes, yes. Start a safe house. Yeah. Living in Utah, you get a whole different perspective of things. But this isn't just within the Mormon church at all or the Catholic church. This is high control groups in general. You can take religion out of it. You can still have the same foundations of everything, right? There's good and bad in every facet of life. You got to pick and choose. Just because one Mormon did something doesn't mean the entire congregation is stained because of their bad actions. Bad people are bad people, period, point blank, end of story. A lot of them, unfortunately, try to hide behind religion to cover their wrong deeds. And they try to use it's God's will. If God didn't want me to do these things, he wouldn't allow me to do their bad deeds. And unfortunately, that's why religion gets a bad rap. Let's be honest.
And they started that propaganda right as soon as that film came out about
Yeah.
if you question anything about the film, you're automatically for it.
Even if it saves one person, didn't it work? Done. It makes sense. No, honestly, not in this situation. It's not a if it saves one person, because if it took that movie, a fictional film that would just be like Men in Black, to open your eyes to aliens existing. Speaking of Men in Black, basically the same thing with Sound of Freedom, that you're getting open to and introduced to, that sex trafficking, child trafficking. You've lived under a rock anyways.
Yeah, if you
So
don't know that it's a thing and it's really bad and it's worldwide and it's not just done by one religion or religion at all, you're the one that is not in
But
the
the other
game.
thing is what is it doing to save anybody? Because the money that is being funneled into the movie is not going into actual relief in organizations that are benefiting the victims in any way, shape, or form. They're going into self-serving 501(c)s for a bunch of people that are dumping money into organizations that do no aftercare, no nothing for these victims. So again, you are funneling money out of organizations that are doing this work because some narcissistic assholes, in my opinion, have very self-serving missions. That's more harmful than it is good. So while you say it might be helping one person, I'm going to come back and tell you that it's honestly harming 10 people
They would have been
to
better
one.
off donating that budget to an organization that actually did something.
Again, if it's getting people to talk about it that have never talked about it before, that's great. Wonderful. I'm not going to discount that at all. I think that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, great.
Again,
Welcome to the party.
A lot of people don't like to talk about a lot of things until it's right in their face. That's great. But we should be talking about it openly and honestly and talking about the real statistics and the real ways of helping, not a bunch of propaganda shoved dumbass. Oh God, Tom Cruise, yeah, and his Scientology bullshit. Yeah. Anyways, that's totally not trying to change your opinion on it.
Yeah.
You are entitled to your opinion. You are entitled to believe whatever you want to believe on that movie. If you went and saw it and loved it, great. I'm glad it resided with you. Again, you're totally allowed to have your opinion. I just live in reality and statistics and numbers like that, especially having kids that are of a population that is sometimes targeted by clergy members and other things like that. You have to be able to separate fiction from reality, and we live in reality. So the reality is, until we can start holding people accountable for the abuses that they're doing to children now instead of protecting clergy members in 33 states, we have a bigger issue at hand.
And look up why the LDS Church is suing their insurance company
Yeah.
for not covering
Their sexual assault
their
crimes.
sexual assault cases. You
They're-
can look that up if you don't believe me.
The Mormon Church is suing their insurance company because they won't represent them in insurance claims.
I mean, awareness is great, but you know what? They can start right there in their own business.
Oh, Linky, you guys know most of my friends are Mormon. They know how I feel about it, but they feel the same way because bad Mormons give them bad raps because they're not all like this. In fact, there's a smaller, thankfully, group of these bad actors, but unfortunately, there's still too many of them that give the rest of them bad names. Most of them are genuinely good people who just want to do good for others.
We've met a lot
And I
of
tell
great
you
people
what,
there.
Mormons,
Great people.
Mormons serve others like no other. Like they are taught to serve others. That is one thing I will like. They want to help other people, but there's always the ones that it's more they're going to help you because there's self-fulfilling things behind it. Like, and that's with every religion. That's just not Mormon. That's just across the board in anything you look at. But there are some genuinely good Mormon people. Very good. There's good FLDS, like polygamists. There's really good people. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy to me. Oh, absolutely, Linky. Gosh, one of my really good friends, one of my other best friends, her family, she was adopted into a Mormon family, and you cannot ask for better people. They are devout Mormon, and they are the best human beings. Just genuinely amazing souls. Like, honestly, and we've got to know some of those people too.
But I'm really thankful that my parents didn't raise me
Indoctrinated.
Yeah, they said if I wanted to go to church,
Yeah.
if I was interested, they would go with me, but I wasn't, so they didn't force anything on me. And I appreciate that. If I wanted to go, I could.
Stitching, absolutely agree with you. Yeah, Lanky Tor. Yeah, indoctrination of any mind. It's mind control. It's manipulation at its finest. Like it's it is what it is at the end of the day. It's really unfortunate, but living in, and I think I'm so passionate about it, and I've opened my eyes to so many other people to attempt to understand other people's the reasoning behind their extremist beliefs in many different areas of my life. And I always get met with the same exact bullshit. And I think it just becomes really disappointing. And I become very passionate because religion causes so much fucking trauma, so much trauma for people. And it's long fucking lasting. These kids in this situation that is being broadcast all over YouTube for fucking publicity and goddamn clicks and views will be traumatized. And trauma is one of the worst and hardest, like neglect and abandonment and abuse is one of the hardest things to overcome. And it is a lifelong fucking battle. And to realize that their trauma is being used for and I told you so makes me fucking want to vomit. Absolutely functions. He was put up for adoption. Bama, that is so typical. Yep, go ask Alice. A lot of them are amazing people. We've met the good and the bad and the in between. Like, really, we have. But it's with everything. It's not just religion, you know? Oh, Linky.
Yeah. Sorry to hear that, Lanky.
Sorry. Yeah, that's fucking hard.
I know exactly what
Sorry for your loss.
you're going through.
It's just, it's something that, like, the shit that's happening with those kids, man, that shit pisses me off. And I think people thought I would be pissed for another reason, which I am. There's many area, like there's so many levels to that story and situation, and it's at the core, it's really fucked up, but it's super similar to what you saw with uh fucking crazy bitch that killed her husband and shit down here.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Lori Vallow.
we,
There's so many similar aspects of that shit, and thank God those kids are alive and rescued. But then to hear that she had the audacity to go in that courtroom and blame those children for their own abuse made me want to go through the fucking screen.
husband was Pentecostal.
Oh, stitching. Vietnam, I can imagine. Oh my God, and the two together. Oh, oh God. We are strong now. Yes, you guys are. That's why, y'all, smiles, hugs to you too. Sorry for your guys' loss. Oh my gosh, go ask Alice. I used to think going to the Catholic church with my friends when I was in middle school was like the funnest shit because they got up and down. They like up, down, up, down, up, down. Like going to Catholic church was like doing aerobics. I thought it was the funnest shit ever instead of watching people fall all over the floor and speak in tongues and having trauma from not knowing if that person's having a heart attack, a stroke, or what the fuck was going on.
No, not with the barbecued scorpions again. That you know how fucking terrified I would be if I opened up the barbecue and there was a scorpion in there.
Yes, revival.
Oh my god.
On a lighter note, yeah. No, oh, stitching. You're talking about Josh Powell, Susan Powell. That shit too. Like, but y'all don't even understand. That is such a common thing to open the newspaper in Utah and hear about a domestic violence situation that went south like that. Like, it is unfortunately really common. And that's why, like, when people were going crazy with the TikTok swinger shit, and like, they don't understand the trauma that, that, oh God, there's just so much trauma involved in that how all of it goes. And that's just natural curiosity. There weren't really swingers. They just got forced into getting married really young so they could act on having sex. And again, a lot of religions don't agree with premarital sex. Totally fine. But those kids have some trauma. And that one little girl, in my opinion, is crying out for help. Protestant church. Roman Catholic. Yes. Make up a confession. They always used to go to confessional on Saturday nights, go get drunk, and then go to church on Sundays. That was why I loved my Catholic friends.
Ooh, jeez.
Oh my God, Marion, I didn't know. Is that stateside?
Oh my god.
See, and so much in that foundation is so covered up Mennonite too. And it's because it's like silence is the key to everything. Like they don't talk about shit, they don't report shit. Followers of Christ, very similar.
Isn't it
Very
Southern
similar.
Baptist that has the best music?
Pentecostal, some of the new age Pentecostal, some I grew up with some wild shit. I don't know. I get confused about hymnals.
What's the one where they wiggle around like they're being electrocuted?
Pentecostal.
Oh.
Well, a lot of them though. Like some of them feel engulfed with the Holy Spirit.
Show them how you did it?
No.
Did you ever tell anybody you did it?
I've never done it.
No.
I've never fallen on the floor. That's a lie. Catholics can drink. Every single one of them I know can drink. I love it.
Yeah, that's most of my dad's side of the family was
Bama,
strict
yes.
and strict alcoholics.
And he was
too.
completely shunned, wasn't he? Because of him being honest about what he's gone through. Like there is some wild shit. That would be a good deep dive, honestly. The Amish and Mennonite communities, because silence is key, but they do not fucking play, man. Those people get ruthless. Like when they talk about the mob and mafia and shit, and then in those rankings, that's not a joke. Like there's a whole hierarchy system within that too. Said it's normal to say the F word. I love that. Even as a kid, right?
Oh no.
Oh my God.
Oh my god.
Moved back into the family home and carried on. Now they have, oh my God. See, that's the shit. Like, our whole system needs to change so much because these people get a slap on their wrist and are allowed to go right back to abuse. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have the answer. I'll be the first to tell you. I do not have an answer for the fucked up shit going on in our world.
Reporting. They need mandatory reporting.
Yeah, but you can report, just like that family in Utah had 15 previous CPS reports. But because their name says something and because of within, yeah, you just, oh God.
Then we need more CPS people.
We need people that are outside agencies.
We need more people that give a shit.
We need people taking part of these cases that are not too worried about what their hierarchy of whatever organization, whether it be religious, whatever, is going to say if they do what's best for the children. Like, oh God. The parents knew and condoned it. Wow. Yeah, Bama. Yeah, there are some amazing organizations that I've actually donated to that help rescue FLDS girls. Oh my gosh, some nuns are hysterical though. Money, they have money. Absolutely, go ask Alice, and they have the last name. Yeah, Linky. I thought shit. I knew it wasn't normal, but when you're brought up to think that this shit's normal, you start thinking, and then for thinking that you don't think it's normal anymore, then you feel like you're the fucked up one and you're the one that has the problem. It's so fucking weird. Money in the church, yeah, absolutely, Bama. We need to normalize saying something, see something, say something.
My grandma got beat up by nuns a lot.
I love that.
You gotta watch out for them.
Yeah. Stitching. I literally went through the roof listening to so much of that. Like, I was pissed at how the audacity of that woman. And the fact that it's being tried in St. George in Washington County is extremely fucked up too, because I mean, it would be more fucked up if it was in a small town. So there's a little hope there, but if she goes with a jury trial, you ain't getting, I don't know.
Get people that aren't.
I don't have much hope.
Places where they're supposed to be, because that's how the system is. They wouldn't fit in. They'll get pushed out.
There's a lot of organizations that help like girls escape which what's called the creek. It's not as often now because not as many of them are practicing at FLDS or like openly practicing at FLDS, but there's still girls that Jeff's the Jeff's family is very active in certain parts, and they are still transferred around, and that he's still making commands from prison and shit. Like there's still a lot of victims involved in these. Hey, Leave It to Beaver, how are you? Oh, cool. Leave It to Beaver. I'll check. I'm so behind on messages and shit, y'all. I'll be honest. I have not done good at all of keeping up on shit. I don't normally, but I've really fucked up. Like I just have tapped out. I mentally had to like bleh.
Warren Jeffs, yeah, that guy's a piece of work.
Oh my
That is
god.
one of the creepiest humans I've ever seen.
Marion, that's terrible. Holy holes. Yeah, Bama, you have to. You have to do what's right. Warren Jeffs, yep. Yeah, absolutely, Stargazer. And you know what? That's the crazy part. Arizona is like the number two hub for Mormons, and there's a lot because it's, well, especially there's border towns like the Creek actually borders Utah and Arizona and Nevada. Like, well, not Nevada, but Nevada is a common place that they also run to. But a lot of them are here. Like this is the second Mecca of Mormons,
Escaping polygamy is good.
and yeah, escaping polygamy is really good.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's too real. But we move out of like a neighborhood that had a Mormon church on every corner. Now we just got the temple right outside the door. Not really, but it's within 15-20 minutes of us. I mean, which is pretty much anywhere around here, but it's like, okay, never mind. We're still right here. Absolutely stitching, and it needs to be redone from top to bottom. 62 wives, youngest was 12. Yeah, absolutely disgusting. Um, Bama, I bartended at 18 as a pregnant nun. I found out I had been pregnant since September. Yeah, that was God's little ha ha gotcha because I truly was pregnant and didn't even know it until a couple weeks later. Thought I had the flu. I thought I was being so funny being a pregnant nun at Halloween bartending. Yeah, no. And that's 100% confirmed. Everybody can tell you the story. I fucking, yeah. Never do that again. Don't laugh at God. Actually, I'm glad. Morbid's Mistress Cuntalicious. Hello. Stitching, I don't know, honestly. I don't know enough about. There's so much overlap with that family, and I get confused on some of it with Lori Vallow's friends. Oh, I can't. I don't remember if it was. Yes. Yeah, Idaho. Yeah. Aw, I'm so sorry. Hang in there. I know you've been going through it. All right, y'all. Kyle's tapping out, and so am I. We've been on here for 2 hours. I came on for like a 30-minute bullshit, and we ended up talking about all sorts of shit.
So if
That
you
was really
start to
nice.
say goodbye right now, we'll be off in about 32 minutes.
No, I'm actually saying goodnight. Thanks for hanging out with me. It's 10. It's like 1:30
Yeah,
on the East Coast.
yeah.
It was good to just have a normal conversation with y'all. Thanks for hanging out with us.
I wonder how many screens we're
We
talking
talked
to
about.
that are like laying on the bed right now.
I know that fell asleep with me on their
Yeah.
chest. Oh God, I feel bad for you guys.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Thanks for hanging out with us. Blech. Can't talk. I'm getting tired. That was fun just to have like a normal hangout chat. I know, me too, y'all. I've missed this too. We touched on a lot of topics tonight.
No, damn it, we're not getting a cat patio.
Yeah, we are.
They are spoiled enough.
Yes, we're doing a
Yeah,
little
it
cat
was good to hang
hatchery.
out, Bama.
Love you too. Thank you guys for just hanging out with us. We really enjoy this, like
Yeah,
just hang out, chat about everything from whatever you guys want to talk about. Like we really it's been kind of nice not to just do content on just drama, and it's fun when it's small groups because I actually get to engage and read your comments and can keep up. Like I love that. I like being able to talk to you guys and like learn more about you guys. I love the this group, like the smaller. I love it. It
pretty
makes
soon
me
we'll have the
happy.
office set up. We'll have the camera on.
Yeah, we'll get everything
We'll
set
start
up.
bringing people on.
Good night, Marion. Good night, Revival. Good night, Leaky. Bama, Stargazer, Functions, Go Ask Alice. L. Anybody else that's here? I don't know who else
Saturday
is here.
patios. That's genius. But no, they are too
Yes,
spoiled.
Lanky.
Too spoiled.
Yes, Functions. It felt good. Just to bullshit.
They have a litter box they can play in if they want to.
Oh
Like
my
a
god, they
fort.
do every day.
I know.
Okay, now you're doing a Midwest goodbye. Are you done yet?
Yeah.
Okay, say goodbye.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.